Hello, beautiful family. How are you all doing? Thank you so dearly for always tuning in. I really appreciate. Today, the first time you are coming across us, so you are hearing this voice for the first time. We still remain Progress News, and we give you all the latest updates. Remember, in this platform, we react to all videos, and your opinion is highly needed. So sit back, watch this video, and I'll be right back.
To be a perpetual slave to Tinubu's family, Tinubu's, that's between you and Tinubu. But don't come and think either by dubious means or by cajoling, I will now follow you to support Tinubu. I won't. There is no basis for it. Out of conviction, I can never support Tinubu. So if you want to support Tinubu, you don't have any problem with it. It's within your fundamental human right. But don't come and infect me with your virus of stupidity. Having said that, the topic for today is the role of state attorney generals in Nigerian constitution, under Nigerian democracy. The role of states. You know, we have Attorney General of the Federation and we have state attorney generals. All in all, we have 37 attorney generals, and that's the only portfolio, executive portfolio, that is inside the 1999 Constitution. But before we go to 1999 Constitution, let me just make some matters, what I would call what has been happening for the past 1 week. As we talk now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the executive president of Nigeria, is in Paris. Whatever he's doing in Paris is none of my business, but he's in Paris. Some said he went for medical tourism. Some said he went to visit his doctor. That's none of my business. So I wish him well. He's in Paris as we talk now. And then, I don't know whether you are aware that federal governments have withdrawn subsidy. I don't know whether there's subsidy or not on education. Apart from petroleum subsidy being withdrawn, the federal government has said that universities should fund themselves. When I say universities, federal universities. So let's get it clear. When I say universities should fund themselves, I'm not talking about, I'm not making reference to Covenant University or Redeemers Universities or to Babcock University. So federal universities should fund themselves. That means federal government is not going to give them fundings again. And the implication is that federal universities will now regulate their school fees, tuition fees, in order to be self-sustaining. For example, University of Benin have increased their tuition fee from 40,000 naira to 150,000 naira. So University of Benin, I know that one for sure. I know that one for sure. University of Benin have increased their tuition fee from 40,000 naira to 150,000 naira. University of Benin have increased their fees from 40,000 naira to 150,000 naira. But there's good news. And the good news is, once you are an APC supporter, just when you want to pay the tuition fees, and the bank tell them that you are an APC supporter and you pay 40,000. Or when you go to University of Benin, just go there with a broom. Go there with a broom. Go and meet the registrar of University of Benin and say, I'm an APC member. They will allow you to pay 40,000 naira because you are an APC member. Others will pay 150,000 naira. This is the best time to be an APC member in Nigeria. I wish I'm in Nigeria. I could have joined APC. Though I don't like APC, but I would have joined them so I can enjoy all the benefits that APC members are enjoying in Nigeria. Likewise, if you want to buy petrol in Nigeria, if you want to buy petrol, a liter is 500, 550, between 500, 550. But if you go to any petrol station in Nigeria, just give them your APC card. They will sell a liter of petrol for you for 65 naira. Very cheap. Or alternatively, if you don't have an ID card, you don't need to bother yourself. Just go with broom. Broom is the symbol of APC. So when you get to a filling station, just wave your broom. They will sell a liter of petrol to you and for you for 65 naira. This is the best time to be an APC member in Nigeria. Now, let's talk about politicians in Nigeria. Over the weekend, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whether the president or I don't know which title you want to give him, but for this purpose, let me call it Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, increased the allowances of the politicians by over 100%. So politicians and judges, their allowances and salaries have been increased by 110%. 110%. In other words, politicians, political office holders, their salaries have been increased. And then judges too, their salaries have been increased. I keep on telling Nigerian masses that they are too gullible. I know they will still come and abuse me. They are still gullible, and while the politicians are telling Nigerian masses to fasten their belts, to tighten their belts, politicians in Nigeria are loosening their own belts. Politicians in Nigeria are losing. Now, the cost of governance in Nigeria is too high. And I said it, and I will continue to say it, that the cost of governance in Nigeria is too high. A senator in Nigeria earns more than the president of America. The president of America earns only $400,000 a year. So, a senator in Nigeria earns more than the president of America. So, the cost of governance in Nigeria is too high. Instead of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because they say he's an accountant and he's an economic wizard, and that he has a Midas touch. So, I was expecting Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu to cut down the cost of governance. What's wrong with senators taking half of their salary or 1/4 of their salary? What's wrong if senators, because I heard, I'm not too sure, they say they earn 15 million per month. So what's wrong with Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Say, okay, senators, economy of Nigeria is not good. As from next month, you'll be earning 5 million a month. I'm just saying it, I'm not too sure. But what's wrong with Bola Ahmed Tinubu to say, House of Rep members, the amount, what we are paying you is too high. You just have to get 1/4 of your salary. Now, the new National Assembly, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your economic wizard, has just approved 242 billion naira for them, for accommodation. 242 billion naira for them. And people, I thought people say he's an accountant. He has worked in Mobi. He's an economic wizard. He will just transform Nigeria. He has Midas touch. So, I'm yet to see the Midas touch. I'm yet to see the impact of his Midas touch in governance. Now, over the week too, he replaced the service chiefs, and people are jubilating. I still don't know why people are jubilating. So you want Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to change his service chief. You want him to inherit Buhari's service chief. Because I still don't understand Nigerians. And they are clapping all over the place. So you want Bola Ahmed Tinubu to inherit service chief of Buhari, who are loyal to Buhari, not to him. This one is not a rocket science. There's nothing spectacular about changing of service chiefs. It's the norm. He has dissolved all the parastatals. Yes, he has a right to dissolve all the parastatals. All the people that campaign for Tinubu, they have to be compensated, if you don't know. So all the people that campaign for Tinubu, the Festus Keyamos of this world, the Femi Kanede of this world, and the only way they can compensate them is to give them a political payment. So Tinubu has to dissolve all the board of parastatals in order to bring in his own men. This is how it works all over the world. So I don't know why Nigerians are clapping. That he has changed board of parastatals, and so what? What's so spectacular about it? So, well, I know that Nigerians is the headquarters of Mugun. There are too much Mugu in Nigeria. Nigeria is the world headquarters of Mugu. Nigeria is the world headquarters of Mugu. So, Nigeria has unquantifiable numbers of Muguns. Even educated Muguns, they are in Nigeria. Educated, non-educated Muguns. Muguns by birth. Muguns by association. Muguns, people deliberately turn themselves into Mugu. There are many in Nigeria. So, if Nigeria is not a headquarters of Mugu, the coastal pastors will not be riding private jets, and their members will be trekking trekking to church. And then whatever they have, they will donate it to their pastors, and their pastors will be living extravagant lifestyle. So there are so many Muguns in Nigeria, and we also have political Muguns who doesn't use their common sense. So I've not, up to now, to me personally, and that is my opinion, I'm entitled to it, I've not seen anything spectacular. I've not seen anything spectacular that Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu has performed. I've not seen anything spectacular that he has done. What I was expecting him to do, as somebody who is serious, he ought to have cut down the cost of governance. He ought to have cut down the cost of governance. By now, I expect him to sell all the jets, all the presidential jets, and keep only 2. If you don't know, presidential fleet has 9 jets. 9 jets. When I say jet, 9 aeroplanes. How will I put it? So in the presidential fleet, they have 9 jets. And then 2 helicopters. I don't know why Nigerian presidential fleet will have that number of aircraft. I expected Bola Ahmed Tinubu to have said, okay, look, 9 presidential aircraft is too much. Let us retain 2 presidential aircraft. Out of the 2 helicopters, let's sell 1. Let's remove 1. So if they have 2 presidential jets and 1 presidential helicopter, is enough in the presidential fleet. 2 presidential jets and 1 helicopter is enough in the presidential fleet. But no, Nigeria has 9 presidential aircraft in the presidential fleet. These are wastages. Wastages. So, and I was expecting Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, being an accountant, and people say he's an economic wizard, to cut down the cost of governance. I was expecting to say, okay, the motorcade in the presidential fleet, in the presidential convoy is too long. Let's cut it down. When the president is going, or the president is going riding on the street of Abuja, it goes about with about 20 cars or 40 cars. So if I were to be Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I would say, okay, look, why will I be riding, why will I be going in a convoy of about 40 cars? After all, the car that is even riding is bulletproof. So, I mean, nobody can attack him in a bulletproof car. So why can't he cut down his convoy to just 5 or 6? 5 or 6. And then, even if he's from Aso Rock to the airport, why can't he take a helicopter from Aso Rock to the airport? Just take a helicopter. I'm sure within 30 minutes, he'll be at airport in Abuja, instead of going with all this presidential convoy. These are the things I expected Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do. Cut down the cost of governance, and then tighten every loophole where somebody can embezzle money. Arrest the people, the likes of Malami. Arrest the likes of Tunde Sabiu, Buhari's nephew. Arrest the like of Adi Sirika. Arrest Emefiele, yes. Arrest Adi Sirika. Arrest Buhari himself. Arrest that lady who is Buhari's girlfriend, the lady in charge of women affairs. Arrest Adiza Bola Usman. Arrest all of them so that they can, all the money they have embezzled, they can bring it back to the treasury. Arrest, by now I expected Bola Ahmed Tinubu to have arrested, can't define me, he embezzled 4 billion naira in Ekiti State. So these are the things I expected Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do. Instead, when he got into the office, the first thing he did was to increase the allowances and salaries of political office holders by 110%. Though they are denying it, but it's a lie. I know their game. They will now tell you that it's a lie. They are denying it because of the backlash. But it's a lie. He has increased the salary. I know a judge who confirmed to me that their salary and allowances have been increased by 110%. So, masses, Nigeria masses, pro-max here, you see, when we started deceiving ourselves, the time of deceiving ourselves is past. This time of force deceiving ourselves. Don't vote for Tinubu. Don't vote for this. Vote for Obi. Vote for Atiku. Don't vote for Atiku. Vote for Showari. That time is past. That time is past. So, am I ready? And Yoruba brothers and sisters, am I ready? Pro-max here. Shege ya again. Shege ya again. I'm not trying to ridicule you. But that's it. That's the truth of the matter. As of today, $1 is 815 naira. $1, just one US dollar is $815. People like me should even be happy. And I will tell you why I should be happy. About 3 years ago, I have some project I'm doing in Nigeria. What will cost me $100 in Nigeria? What will cost me $100 about 3 years ago? I will do it now with only $50. So I'm the one that is gaining. I should be the one that should be happy. Because my $1 is 815 naira in Nigeria. My $1, just $1 is equivalent of 815 naira. So if I give somebody $10 in Nigeria, calculate it. I'm not a mathematician. 815 times 10. $10, just $10. So if I give you $20, so what not to talk of if I give you $50 in Nigeria and you change it to naira. So people like us, it's in my favor. So I'm even praying that the naira should go up to 1,000 naira. Okay? I'm praying that the naira should go up to 1,000 naira to $1. Maybe we have sympathized. I shouted, I sympathized, I said so many things on my program. People were abusing me. In fact, if you don't know now, if you don't know, people even went as far as going to Babalawo to do juju to me. Because I'm telling them the truth. Okay? But all of you that are going to Babalawo, taking my picture to Babalawo, I see all of you, but as long as there is God in heaven, whatever you do to me will pass back on your family and your children and yourself, wherever you are. But I know you, and I won't mention names. So, $1 will be 1,000 naira within the next 2 months. $1 because he has agreed to implement IMF terms. He has agreed. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your president, has agreed to implement IMF conditions. So that doesn't bother me. So within the next 2 months, $1 will be equivalent of 1,000 naira, which favors me. Which favors me and which favors people living outside Nigerians. So in Nigeria, yeah, get shaggy. So especially my Yoruba brothers and sisters. Yeah, I get shaggy silara. Yeah, I get shaggy yeah. Pro Max ya getting bo we yama program me more. Bo we yellow shogun yin leyin. It doesn't concern me. Only yellow my jiaju. So over the week, about 2 weeks ago, Tinubu's first daughter had a birthday. She did her birthday, she celebrated her birthday, and over 100 cars were donated to her as birthday gift. That is a man who wants to reform Nigeria, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's their time to shine. So Tinubu's daughter had her birthday, and over 100 cars were donated to her as birthday gift. So clap for Tinubu and his family. I mean, especially àwọn Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ sọ ní Yorùbá nísìn, especially ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ẹ sọ pé family Tinubu lè máa sìnkú ẹ lè máa sí family Tinubu kú ọmọ Tinubu ó ṣe birthday over 100 cars náà fi ta lọ́rẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ sọ pé family Tinubu lè máa sìnkú ẹ máa sìnkú but èmi àti family mi ní sí family Tinubu ó ṣe wọ̀. So and then before I start the topic of today, which is the role of attorney generals in democracy in Abuja, I don't know whether we are practicing Sharia law or we are still practicing common law, because there are two types of law in Nigeria. There's what we call common law, which is the English law, and Sharia law. So I don't know whether we are practicing common law in Nigeria or we are practicing Sharia law. There's a guy called Ayo Shonaya. Ayo Shonaya is a lawyer. I think he's based in London. He traveled to Nigeria and stayed in Abuja. He stayed in an hotel in Abuja, and then a lady went to visit him. A married lady went to visit him in his hotel room, but Ayo Shonaya was arrested by the police because they said, "What is he doing with a married woman in an hotel room?" It's not the woman that called the police, mind you. It's not the lady that called the police. It's not the husband of the lady that called the police. So Abuja police decided to arrest Ayo Shonaya just because they saw a lady in his room. Not that he raped the lady, not that the lady complained, not that the husband of the lady complained, but Abuja police now said that in Abuja, a married woman should not be seen. We are operating a Sharia law in Nigeria now, or we are still operating common law. Now, I still don't understand whether Abuja is a Sharia territory, because I know Kano, Zamfara, Sokoto, Kebbi, they are operating Sharia law. So I still don't understand whether Abuja too has started operating Sharia law. So Ayo Shonaya, a lawyer, was arrested, and the offense was that he was seen with another lady in an hotel in Abuja. That's his offense. He was seen in an hotel with another lady in Abuja. Now, the police are saying, Abuja police are saying, the lady in question is a married lady, is a married woman. But the husband of the lady did not complain to the police. The woman, the lady in question, who is a married woman, did not complain to the police. The woman did not say that Yoshunaya raped her. And the woman did not call the police. So I don't know why police should be going about in Abuja, knocking on people's door and checking whether you are with a lady or not. So I still don't understand what is going on in Nigeria. If we talk now, they will say we are criticizing Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if we are operating Sharia law, let Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu tell us. So we know that we are in Sharia country. So if we are operating Sharia law, let Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Alhaji Shetima, they should tell us whether we are operating Sharia law. Okay? Because I don't understand what is going on in Nigeria again. So if there's nothing wrong with it, if they want to operate Sharia law, but let them tell us, but this one that they are trying to introduce Sharia law through the back door. But that's what I will say. They are trying to introduce Sharia law through the back door. I've never heard it anywhere in the world that if you are seen with a lady, it is an offense. I've never heard it, except Nigeria. Apart from Saudi Arabia, and we know that Saudi Arabia is an Islamic country, and there's nothing wrong with it. So if you now decide to go and live in Saudi Arabia, you should be able to comply with their law. But in Nigeria, that is an offense now to be seen with a lady. It happened in Abuja to a lawyer. His name is Ayoshunaya. He came from London, and he was in Abuja for a business. And then a lady went to greet him in his hotel room. Police arrested him and the lady. And what they charged him for, they said he was seen with a married lady. I don't know when it is now an offense to be seen with a married lady. Not that the lady called the police, or not the husband of the lady called the police. So Nigeria, I still don't know what's going on. So let's go to section 1, subsection 1 of the Constitution. Section 1, subsection 1 of the Constitution. Section 1, subsection 1 read, and I quote, "This Constitution is supreme, and its provisions shall have binding force on all authorities and persons throughout the Federal Republic of Nigeria." This Constitution is supreme. It did not say this Sharia Constitution. Section 1, subsection 1 said, and I quote, with your permission I read, "This Constitution is supreme, and its provisions shall have binding force on all authorities and persons throughout the Federal Republic of Nigeria." It did not say, the Constitution did not say, this Sharia Constitution. It said this Constitution is supreme. The Constitution did not say this Sharia Constitution is supreme. So let me say it again. This Constitution is supreme. There's nowhere it is written inside the Constitution that this Sharia Constitution is supreme. So I still don't understand why somebody who came from London on a visit to Nigeria, in his hotel room, he was arrested just because he was seen with another lady in Abuja yesterday. And he's a lawyer. So imagine if it's not a lawyer. So they arrested a lawyer, and the offense was that he was seen with another lady. And then police are now claiming that the lady in question is married. But the husband of the lady did not complain to the police. The lady herself did not complain to the police. So where is police in Abuja? Where did they get the authority from? So these are the questions we should be asking ourselves, not be clapping for Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So, and if Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to introduce Sharia law into Nigeria, he should tell us. I know Nigerians are gullible, they will support him. So Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you want to introduce Sharia law fully, there's nothing wrong with it. Come out boldly, your slaves and your supporters, your slaves and your gullible supporters, they will clap for you and support you. So come out openly, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and tell us Nigeria is now operating in Sharia law. Your supporters, you have a lot of slaves in Yoruba land, and then you have a lot of supporters in the north. They will support you. Whatever you throw at them, your gullible supporters will support you. They cannot query you. So if you want to turn Nigeria into Sharia law, like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, don't hesitate to tell us. But don't introduce Sharia law through the back door. So let's go to...
So my wonderful family, that brings us to the end of this update. Do well to like the video, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and bye-bye.